KSCA Glendale, Los Angeles, FM 101.9. Mirror Lee with you. I'm in the music hall with Richard Thompson. And you're thinking, Richard Thompson, influential veteran of the British folk rock movement?
Surely not.
Singer, writer of songs?
No.
Really good guitarist?
No.
Also a founding member of the group Fairport Convention. Is that you?
I don't know, really.
All right, see if this is you.
You'll have to tell me. I can
All right.
hardly recognise myself.
In the last 25 years, he's made somewhere between a dozen and 20 albums. I'm not very good at math, but there's a lot of them.
That's
yes.
a little vague, yeah. Carry on.
Those albums solo and with ex-wife Linda Thompson and with a bunch of other people. He did something with like Per Ubu and Fred Frith and doing the experimental thing. A new double album out tomorrow. You, me, us. Me, Mary Lee, you, Richard, hit it.
Oh, hit it, right, okay. Here's a sample. I sigh when people pass by and I hide it away. I wipe the tear from my eye and I hide it away. When I need
We are in the
Happy
FM
fans.
101.9 Music Hall with Richard Thompson. See, I told you he was a really good guitarist. That sounded lovely.
Oh, just messing around, you know.
So let's see. There's the White Album. There's Tusk, The River, Melancholy, and The Infinite Sadness. And now we've got somebody else putting out a double album.
Well, it's very unfashionable, and in terms of the business, it's sort of the kiss of death, really, isn't it? You know, record companies sort of look at their shoes when you come in with a double album. So it was rather foolhardy of me, perhaps. But hey, it's two for the price of one, just about. It's extremely reasonably priced, isn't it, Greg?
It is indeed.
Yeah, there you go. Voice of the company there, and yeah, it's one acoustic record and one electric record, which means that at those prices, if you don't like electric music, you could just throw the electric one away. You know, if you don't like the acoustic one, you can just use it as an ashtray or something. The new age of disposable CDs.
Does this come with instructions, this CD?
It should do, shouldn't it?
Some of the songs are acoustic. Are there some songs that get double treatment?
There's two songs where we do two versions.
And the one you just did, right?
That was one of them, yeah. There's a solo-ish version, and then there's a kind of a more combo ensemble kind
Yeah,
of
with a nice
version.
kind of thick keyboard sound on it.
Thick keyboard, yes, kind of a thick keyboard.
What do you
player,
call those
actually.
thick keyboards?
You call them? You call them what you like, but we call them Wurlitzers.
Ah, get your little plug in there.
We call them really old Wurlitzers that distort, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, sounds great on album, and I guess on the acoustic side, you can hear the version that you just played.
You could do
Hide
that.
It Away is from You, Me, Us. His name is Richard Thompson. You mentioned to me when you came in that we are on your preset. Do you live here in L.A.?
I live here some of the time, yes, for my sins. I live in London as well. London obviously for the weather, and
Right.
LA obviously for the culture.
I'm not gonna-
interesting contrast.
I'm not going to ask you what your other presets are because I really don't want to know, but I do want to know.
Well,
what-
actually, I think the other. I've got 4 of them are public stations, so which is talk stuff and classical nonsense and a bit of jazz. So the competition for you is pretty negligible.
Okay. See, you're not working with me here. I said I didn't want to know.
You didn't want to know. Okay, sorry.
Tell me what's in your CD or your
Never
tape.
work in this town again.
What's in your CD or your tape deck these days?
CD tape deck. All the ones I get for free from Capitol, like Spearhead and the Beatles Anthology and stuff like that. I don't know really. Sam Phillips, which you played a lot last year. That was a good record. 3 Day Wheelie, a local band, very good local band. That my son is currently tour managing somewhere in Iowa or something.
Oh, so it's a family affair.
Family affair. Maria Callas, usual kind of stuff.
Well, Capitol is your record label, and about 2 years ago they put out a tribute album called Beat the Retreat. Is that one of the freebies they gave you? Did you listen to it? Were you comfortable listening to other people doing your music?
Yeah, it's all right. It's a bit of a shock actually. It's like sending your children off to boarding school for a couple of years, and they come back and they're smoking and swearing and doing things. So it's kind of a shock to hear your songs in a different version. But I've learned to relax and enjoy it. And I think it's a good record. But at first I couldn't play it. It was just too disturbing, But it's all great stuff. There's Bonnie Raitt's on it, and David Byrne and other. Who? You cry?
Well, the interesting thing, one of the first songs I wanted to hear was Wall of Death because I've heard so many people do that song. Sean Colvin has been doing it in her shows, and I don't know if that made it onto the CoverGirl album. Pete and Maura Kennedy, a little folk rock band, do it, and REM did it, and I would love to hear you, Richard Thompson, do Wall of Death.
See if I can stagger through it. Wall of Death. Here we go. Let me ride on the wall of death one more time. Let me ride on the wall of death one more time. You can waste your time on the other rides. This is the nearest to being alive. Oh, let me take my chances on the wall of death. You can go with the crazy people in the crooked house. You can fly away on the rocket or spin on the mouse.
Richard Thompson singing for us in the Music Hall at FM 101.9. How about that, Wall of Death?
Wall of Death, thank you.
And you still play that one?
Yeah, it's a popular song. It's fun to play as well. You know, it's an easy song for a band to play, even musicians that you know you don't know that well. It's an easy arrangement to learn, you know, and it's got that kind of four square birdsy kind of feel, so you can just plow straight through it. It's great.
Now, I've seen you play solo acoustic like you are today, and you're talking about a band. For the album, I would assume you're going to be touring. What's the setup going to be like?
We're starting in Europe, but we'll be back here. I'll be out with Joan Armatrading actually this summer, who's an artist I admire.
Oh right, that's right. Universal
Amphitheatre, which I think is
Right.
July sometime, and then I'll be back. I'll be back again in September, October. So
You'll be rocking with a band?
Yes, 2 bites of the proverbial cherry. I guess we'll be at the House of Blues or something, one of those fashionable venues.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Coconut Grove or something. Is that still there? Did that close in the 50s?
I thought that was in, forget it. I have to ask you about
Tiki
this.
Lounge.
I was doing a little bit of research thinking, I know all about Richard Thompson. I don't need to read up on him. And I found what I thought was kind of an interesting quote in one of these rock books. He's linking Celtic folk music to rock, and Thompson's gallows-humored fatalistic songs owe something to his Muslim religion. Does that journalist know what they're talking about? Is there?
I don't think so. They don't usually know what they're talking about, so why should this be an exception?
Well, I mean...
No, I mean, I'm a religious person, but, Islam isn't a fatalistic religion, so that's got nothing to do with that. I mean, I just write stories, when I'm playing. It's not me, necessarily. Perhaps it is in some ways, but I'm projecting little stories, and that's all it is. I think some people want to believe that when you sing a song, that really is you, and that you're reading the laundry list, and that's true of some songwriters, but I really don't do that.
I have a friend who's
less fun.
I have a friend who's very, I guess devout is the word, a very devout Jew, and we always talk about who has more guilt in their religion, them or me, Ms. Irish Catholic.
Irish Catholics, every time, Irish Catholics, yeah.
So is your religion have one
No, it's guilt-free
yeah,
zone.
guilt-free?
Yes,
All
very
right,
good.
sign
That's
me
big
up.
advantage. Yep, okay.
Sign me up, because I want to learn how to write fatalistic, gallows-humored songs.
I can teach you that in about 2 minutes.
Well, I think we're going to get a little fatalistic here with this one. This was one that Mike Morrison twisted my arm to twist your arm to play.
A pleasure, thank you.
Richard Thompson singing...
1952, Vincent, Black Lightning. In tune or the other way? Would you like it in tune or would you like...
Yeah, just a little bit off. That's good.
Hard to tune with headphones. Says Red Molly to James, that's a fine motorbike. A girl could feel special on any such like. Says James to Red Molly, my hat's off to you. It's a Vincent Black Lightning 1952. And I've seen you at the corners and cafes, it seems. Red hair and black leather, my favorite color scheme. And he pulled her on behind and down to Box Hill they did ride. Says James to Red Molly, here's a ring for your right hand, but I tell you in earnest, I'm a dangerous man. I fought with the law since I was 17. I robbed many a man to get my Vincent machine. And now I'm 21 years, I might make 22. and I don't mind dying, but for the love of you. And if it should break my stride, then I'll give you my Vincent to Come down, Red Molly, called Sergeant McCrae, for they've taken young James 80 for armed robbery. Shotgun blast hit his chest, left nothing inside. Come down, Red Molly, to his dying bedside. When she came to the hospital, there wasn't much left. He was running out of road, he was running out of breath. But he smiled to see her cry. He said, I'll give you my Vincent to ride. Says James, in my opinion, there's nothing in this world beats a 52 Vincent and a red-headed gal. Now Nortons and Indians and Greaveses won't do. They don't have a soul like a Vincent 52. When he reached for her hand and he slipped her the keys, said, I've got no further use for these. I see angels on aerials in leather and chrome, swooping down from heaven to carry me home. And he gave her one last kiss and died. And he gave her his Vincent to
Richard Thompson with us in the FM 101.9 Music Hall. Always nice to hear the old favorites.
The old favourites.
Yes.
The hoary old chestnuts.
And the new stuff sounds great, too. The new double album, half acoustic, half electric. I'm trying to figure out what that makes you. Bi musical?
Lingual, sexual, bi continental, bi...
You musically swing both ways.
Oh, dear. Crikey.
You, Me, Us, the new double album is out tomorrow. And when will Richard Thompson be out again? This summer with Joan Armour Trading.
Armour plating, as we call it. Affectionately.
It's been a pleasure, Richard. Thanks for hanging with us.
Thank you, Mary Lee. Thank you very much.